Hello, it's Engineer Pat again. We're going to go over object groups today on a Cisco iOS router, or a router with iOS loaded on it. The object group is a way to list a lot of IP addresses or protocols that you want to have access to on your network. What you basically do is take two object groups and you actually use them on as part of an access list after you build the object groups. And what you do is you put your interest in and you permit one object group to another object group on your inbound, and same thing on your outbound. And this is a good way to build a nice, tight, secure access list to limit where you want your use to go, because with the protocol portion of it, you can just list a few protocols and keep it limited. So with that, we're going to go ahead and use PuTTY, our terminal emulation software. Hit COM1. I'm going to open. Bring this over. And we're going to spread it out just a little bit. And then we'll hit enter. And of course we'll log in. This router here is brand new, so this is what I hadn't configured much on it yet. And we're going to go into the global configuration mode. And we're going to type object groups. You hit the tab key. You have to give it a name, or first you have to give it a type. So I'm going to say network type, because the network type is where you, actually what I'll do is I'll just give a question mark. And you'll see the two types, it's network and service. On network, you enter the IP addresses, and under service, you enter the protocols that you want to use. This is where the difference is between the PICs or ASH and the router is, because the PICs will have more items to actually utilize. So with that, I'm going to type in network, because that's going to be the type we're going to use, because we're going to type in networks. You got to give it a name, so I'm going to say IPA, because it's going to be IP addresses, so I'm going to make it short and easy. Go ahead and enter, and then I'm just going to type in a few subnet masks, or actually IP addresses with or network addresses with the mask in there. So I'm going to say 1.0 space 1.0. Make it a class C. Then hit up arrow. We'll just enter in a couple to let you see what it looks like. And we'll enter one more. And this is how you enter the network that you want to actually have access. Now, if you want to list in just a specific host, you type the word host and then you type in its IP address. And I'm going to say 5.4. And that's how you enter in the specific host. Now, with that done, we're going to type exit to back out one. And we're going to type object group again. And we're going to say service for our protocols. Give it a name. So let's say service GRP, since it's going to be that pretty much. And here you will enter in the different ports you want, but I'm going to give you a question mark so you can see the different types you have in here. You can give a description. Another thing about this, you can actually nest another object group within this object group if you want to break out specific, say, sections. Like some entities break their sections down by HR and payroll and administrative, and all different types of areas. And this here just shows you the protocols and the ports that you can use. So we'll hit Control C, and we will say we're going to use TCP-UDP. Hit tab, and we're just going to put some port numbers in. We're going to put in 53 for DNS. We'll put in 21. Whoops. Not sure. FTP. We'll put in SSH. We'll put in Telnet, even though nobody really utilizes that anymore too much, I don't think. We'll put in TFTP. We'll enter in port 80. And since we listed port 80, we'll say 8080. Alternate point for web. You can say 443 let's say 110 for your pop. You'll do your domain NetBIOS stuff, 137. Like I say, you just want to establish connectivity for your domain, and you want to establish connectivity to the internet. This is one way to do it. You can then, like I said, you take the IP addresses and that in the IPA group, and then you permit access to these ports to get out, and you would turn it around and you would permit these ports coming in on the inbound and permit these ports into those specific IP addresses. And that's another way to do it. So we're going to hit end. We want to see what we put in there. So we're going to type, once it's done here, we're going to say show run pipe inc. I'm going to say object group. And that shows the two groups that we created. Now, if you want to see the other stuff, you just do show run, do all the pipe stuff. But here is what we've entered. And this is how you check and verify that. And then, like I said, you create a access list, and then you take these two groups and you permit access from the IP addresses to the ports that you want to allow to get out on those things. I hope this has been helpful. This is how you actually create an object group on a Cisco router. And I will actually follow up with a video showing you how to do it on a PIX and an ASA. Thanks again.